Good morning, students. Welcome to SC lecture. Today we are going to see sway analysis. So first of all, we need to see what is sway and in which case sway is considered, and when there is a sway, we need to see when there is a sway. So first is, suppose there is a frame like this, and there is a UDL over here. So if the stiffness of all the member are same, what is stiffness? EI. Young's modulus is same, and motor inertia of all the member is given here I. So stiffness of all the member here is I. So if stiffness of all the member is same and UDL, that is loading, is symmetric, then there will be no sway. Same in the case of this also. Suppose this is symmetric condition of load, this is L by 2, this is also L by 2, then there will be no sway if stiffness of all the member, this member, this member and this member are same, then there will be no sway. If so, this was your first condition. Second one, suppose loading is symmetric but stiffness is different, then frame will sway in the direction along which stiffness is less. Okay, if loading is symmetric but stiffness is not symmetric, then the frame will sway. Suppose this is your condition, this is fixed end and this is suppose hinged. So and all the member has motor inertia I only, loading is symmetric in this case. See, the stiffness of, suppose this is A, this is B, C and D. So stiffness of this AB member is 4 EI upon L if this length is L, and stiffness of this CD member, this is 3 EI upon L because this is hinge. So in this case, stiffness of both the member AB and CD are different. So in this case, sway will occur. Okay, and the direction of sway will be along which stiffness is less. So see, in which direction stiffness is less? This CD, stiffness of CD is less, so sway will occur in this direction. Okay, sway will occur in this direction. Stiffness will occur in this direction. Next one is, suppose loading is non-symmetric. This is again I am taking the same portal frame ABCD. This is in this case loading, both the beam are, both the end are joint. So and moment inertia of all the member is I. So in this case, stiffness of both the member, this AB and CD are same, but suppose I am providing load here. So in this case, loading is not symmetric. If loading is not symmetric, then also the frame will sway, and in this case, the direction of sway you need to find. So just guess what will be the direction of sway. It seems like if load is coming here, the this portal frame will sway like this, but this is not the case. To find the direction of sway, imagine the structure by providing the cut at the center and observe the direction of collapse of free body. Okay, so suppose I am providing a cut at the center here. I am providing the cut here. So what will happen? This part will sway like this, and in this direction, there in this part there is no load. So in this case, the whole frame will sway like this. Okay. So direction of sway is in this case is this one, not this one. So first one was when loading is symmetric and stiffness is also symmetric, then there is no sway. When loading is symmetric but stiffness is not symmetric, then there will be sway in the direction of less stiffness, and third case was when stiffness are same but loading is unsymmetric, then there will be sway. In the direction of sway can be found by providing a cut at the center. So for the third case, I'm giving you second example. Suppose this is another portal frame, and in this case, suppose load is acting here. So what will be the direction of sway? Just provide a cut at center. You see, the sway will be in this direction. So this will be your direction of sway. Okay. We can take some more example to see the direction of sway in different case. So for third case, I am taking some more example. Suppose a portal frame like this. Loading is given here. Okay. So in this case, just think about the direction of sway. So what will you do? You will provide a cut at center, and then you will see. So when you will provide a cut at the center, this load will try to uh, move this part to left to right, and this part also try to move this part from left to right. So this will be your direction of sway. Okay. So if loading is not symmetric, then to find the direction of sway, you need to put a cut mark at the center. Then you have to imagine the structure and observe the direction of collapse of free body. Then you will find the direction of sway. Okay. I'm taking on another example. See, suppose this is a portal frame and loading is given here. So in this case, you see loading is symmetric. Okay. But stiffness is not symmetric, because for this part stiffness will be 4 ei upon 2l, because l is here 2l, and for this stiffness will be 4 ei upon l. So this stiffness is more, this is less. Okay. So what will happen? The beam will sway like this toward less stiffness. So I hope you have got the idea of sway, what is sway, and how to find the direction of sway in different case when beam is, when members are stiffness are different, then when loading are symmetric or not symmetric. You can find the you can find whether there is sway or not, and if there is sway, what is the direction of sway. Now we can discuss how to do the sway analysis. Our next part is how to do the sway analysis. So for doing the sway analysis, first of all, initially, suppose this time I am taking a very simple frame I am taking. Suppose this is a total frame, loading is provided here. Okay. So in this case, see what is the direction of sway. If you provide a cut here, this will turn like this part will turn like this. So this part will go toward this side. Okay. So sway will be this side. Suppose this has this has reached to this part. So this is your sway, which we can say this is delta. Okay. So in sway analysis, first of all, effect of sway is ignored and non-sway analysis is made. This sway is ignored and non-sway analysis is made, and you will find all the end moment. Okay. This is your first step, and the next step is so first step is non-sway analysis. So first of all, you will do non-sway analysis by ignoring the effect of sway. And the next step, if horizontal displacement is expected, then check sigma fx, and if vertical deflection is expected, then check sigma fy. In this case, see here horizontal displacement is expected, so we will check in the sigma fx in this case whether it is 0 or not. If it is 0, there will be no sway. If it is not 0, there will be sway due to this sigma fx, and the direction of that sway will be in the direction of sigma fx. Okay, so if sigma fx is not 0, then you can say sway force is sigma fx if in this case. And suppose in certain case sigma fy is not 0, then sway will occur in direction of sigma fy, then we can take sway force is equal to sigma fy. So remember, first case, so your first step is non-sway analysis, then second step is to find sigma fx and sigma fy. Come to the third step. So for the purpose of sway analysis, remove the given loading and apply sway force at the panel due to which sway occur. If sway occur in horizontal direction, then apply sigma fx. If sway occur in vertical direction, apply sigma fx and remove all the loading. Okay, so first you need to do the non-sway analysis, then you need to find the summation of all the force in x direction or summation of all the force in y direction depending upon the deflection deflection which is going to be c. Okay, in the beam or frame. If deflection is if deflection is in x direction, then you need to find the fx. If deflection in y direction, then you need to find fy. Okay, and this fx or fy will be your sway force. Third step is you need to remove all the loading and you need to apply the sway force. Okay, and due to this sway force, the friction moment will develop. Suppose here I am removing these. Suppose we for the I'm showing you the third step. So what will you do? You will remove all the loading. So this loading will be removed, and we have to consider this sway force only. Okay, so suppose this is a sway force here, sigma fx, which is s. So due to this beam has reached up to here. Okay, so this, suppose this is a, this is b, this is b, this is c, and this is c dash, this is c, and this is c dash. So beam has reached to this point c dash. So what is the deflection? The b, suppose this part will be like this. So b dash is equal to c dash equal to delta. So beam has reached to c dash. So due to this deflection, you can see thus this AB column is rotating in clockwise direction. So a moment will develop in anti-clockwise direction here. Here also develop in anti-clockwise direction. But for this beam BC, there is no lateral displacement, only longitudinal displacement is there. So there is no moment develop. There will not any moment develop in this part, in BC part. Okay, so suppose develop moment is m bar AB and m bar BA, and we know the value of this is 6 EI delta by L square. 6 EI delta by L square. Okay, both are same, both the value are same. And suppose this is because this is in anti-clockwise direction, we will put minus here. So we have the friction moment of AB, then BA, BC will be 0, and m bar BC will be 0, and m bar CB is also 0. Okay, remember we are in the third step. What we have done? We have removed the external loading and we have applied the sway force, and due to this sway force we have found the fixed in moment for all the point. Okay, so here it is m bar AB, m bar BA, m bar BC, m bar CB. Okay, now what we have to do, since we are not, don't have the value of delta, we have just assume it is delta. We, since delta is not known, hence fixing moment are unknown, these value are also unknown, this value is also unknown. So what we have to do, we have to assume this value. For assuming this, we assume any fixing moment, but these, those moments should be in the ratio of this value. So what is the ratio here? See, what is the ratio here? This is 6 ei by delta. See, m bar AB, it is 6 ei by delta negative. M bar BA, it is also minus 6 ei by delta. M bar this BC is 0 and m bar CB also 0. So what is the ratio? What is the ratio? Ratio is 1 is to 1 is to 0 is to 0. We can say like that. Ratio is 1 is to 1 is to minus 0 minus 0. We can also say minus 1 is to minus 1, 0 is to 0. So we can assume any value in this ratio. Suppose I am assuming minus 20, ratio minus 20, ratio 0, ratio 0. Okay, so this is your third step. In third step, what we have to do, you have to remove the external loading, then you have to apply the sway force. Due to this sway force, you have to find the fixed end moment for all the point, then you have to find the ratio, and this ratio, because we don't know the value of delta, so we don't know this friction moment. So in this ratio we are assuming a moment, and now what we will do, we will distribute this moment like in the previous case. By moment distribution method, we will distribute this moment, and then we will proceed further. So until now we have taken the value minus 20, minus 20, 0 and 0. This moment we have considered, but and now what we will do, we will distribute these moment. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C, and now we will distribute this moment in distribution table. But remember, these moment are not true moment, because we have taken the ratio. Okay, so after distributing, suppose these moment are due to s dash force, s dash sway force. Okay, and this s dash force we can find by making free body diagram. Okay, so what will be your next step? Suppose this is your fourth step. So distribute all the moment using moment distribution method, then by making free body diagram, find f dash. After finding f dash, we can find the true friction moment. Okay, so the moment given at the end of the table, in this table, suppose this table, the end moment, you will find these are the end moment in distribution table. So these moment are due to s1, but actual sway is s, so we can find the value of actual moment. Okay, by multiplying this value by s dash, because see here, due to s dash, suppose moment comes m, so due to 1 it is m by s dash, so and due to s it will become m by s dash into s, so it is m into s by s dash. So what moment you will get in this table, just multiply by this value by s dash, then you will get the final moment. Okay, and the last step will be add. This is your fourth step, moment distribution, then multiplying this value. Okay, so the final moment will be the non-sway moment plus this sway moment. Now to understand this sway analysis, just take a problem to understand all the steps. I am taking this simple problem. See this part, this is A, this is B, a load is applied here, this is 2 meter, this is also 2 meter, this whole beam is 4 meter, and here there is a guided roller, this is a guided roller and this, suppose this is C point. So it's clear sway will occur in this direction, this, because the load is here. Suppose this load is 8 kilonewton, this load is 8 kilonewton. Okay, so what is our first step? Our first step was do the non-sway analysis. Okay, so for doing non-sway analysis, we have already discussed this, how to do the non-sway analysis. First of all, we need to find the fixed moment for these points. So see here, fixed moment F, fixed moments you can find m bar AB, it is 8 into 4 by 8 negative, so minus 4 kilonewton meter. M bar BA is also same because it is symmetric. You know you know how to find the fixed moment in the case of point load, in the case of UDL. M bar BC, it is WL square by 12, so it will become 12 into 4 square upon 12, so it is 12 kilonewton per meter. Suppose this is, so this is minus 16 kilonewton meter. Again M bar CB also minus 16 kilonewton meter. So you have got the fixed moment for all the joint. Next, what we have to do, we have to find the distribution factor. So you can we find the distribution factor for the joint which has more than 2 members. So here at joint B we have more than 2 members, so we will find the distribution factor for joint B only. So for joint B, members are this BA and this B and BC. For BA it is 4 EI by L, the K value is 4 EI by 4 EI upon 4, and for this BC, member will be again 4 EI by 4. See, this is not hinge support, this is guided roller, so here moment is restrained, that's why this is also 4 EI by L, not 3 EI by L. For this C point, it is again 4 EIVL, not 3 EIVL, because moment here is restricted. Only horizontal displacement is provided, no vertical displacement and no moment. So this is also 4 EIVL. So this is 1, this is EI, this is also EI. So sigma K is 2 EI. Okay, so what is DF, distribution factor? DF will be 2 EI upon EI, so this will become 1 by 2, and this will also become 1 by 2. So what is DF? 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Now what we have to do? We have to distribute this moment in distribution table by taking this distribution factor. Okay, so just distribute this moment. So this is again I am making a distribution table. This is your and A, this is your B, and this is your C. Here it is half and it is also half. Distribution factor to this, so the moment is here minus 4. Just remember fixed moment MAB minus 4, this was plus 4, this was minus 16, and this was also 16. Okay, see, so here is unbalanced moment at point B, plus 4 and minus 16, so minus 12 is unbalanced, so we need to add 12, and this 12 will be distributed according to distribution factor. So we can add 6 here and 6 here. Okay, and once you add 6, the half moment will be carried forward to far end, so 2 will come here, and here also 3 will come here, and here also 3 will come, because this end has moment restraint condition. So you can add the moment. This is your non-sway analysis, remember. So this has become -1, this has become 6 plus 4 10, this is also -10, this is 19. So see, moment is balanced here at point G. See, this is your non-sway moment. Okay, so your first step has completed. Now come to the second step. Next step is we need to find sigma fx or sigma fy. So here in this case we can see net displacement is toward x direction, so we need to find the sigma fx. So for find the sigma fx, we need to draw the free body diagram. Suppose I am drawing the free body diagram here. So what about the moment at this point A? This was 1, this was -1. So I have given anti-clockwise moment 1 kilonewton meter. Okay, what was the value of this moment? Here it was +10, so this is clockwise 10 kilonewton meter, and a point load was here at the center, it was 8 kilonewton meter, 8 kilonewton, and this is 2 meter, this is also 2 meter. Okay, so and here will be a horizontal force HA. So by taking, this is B point, by taking summation of all the moment about point B equal to 0, you can find the force here. Okay, so but just take moment about point B here. So HA will provide anti-clockwise moment, so will be HA into 4 negative, right? This is also again negative because it's anti-clockwise, so -1. This 8 will provide again anti-clockwise moment, so -8 into 2, and this is clockwise, plus 10 equal to 0. Okay, so what is the value of HA? 4HA, 4HA is, this sets, this is 10, 16, 17, 17, and this is 10, so it is 4, it is 7, it is -7, -7. So HA is -7 by 4. So due to this force, this is how much? -1.75 kilonewton. So this is due to this force, sway will occur. So what is the value of S here? So sorry, this is only HA. So what is the value of sway force? You can find the net force. We have to find the sigma fx. Sigma fx means net force in x direction. So 8 kilonewton was here there was 8 kilonewton, and this minus 1.75 kilonewton. So net force is minus 6.25 kilonewton. So your net sway force is 6.25. This is your sway force. So we need to find this sway force. So we have done with the two step. First was non-sway analysis. Second was finding sigma fx or sigma fy. In our case, we have find sigma fx. Now come to the third step. What was the third step? In third step, we have to remove all this loading, and this loading, and you have to apply a sway force. Deflection in this case, this left, because our sway force S is 6.75. So this sway force. So what I'm doing is I'm removing this loading, and I'm applying only the sway force. See, so this is the beam, and this is the sway force 6.75. I have removed all the load. So due to this, what will happen? This will move to here. This will move to here. So this is the deflection delta I have assumed. So what will happen? See, in part AB, there is lateral displacement. So this will become like this. This B will come here. This C will come here. C dash. So only lateral displacement is produced only in part AB. So only in this part there will be moment induced due to this deflection. So this is moving in clockwise direction, so moment developed will be anti-clockwise direction here, and here also will be anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and what will be the value of this this moment? 6 ei delta upon l square negative. And for here also this is uh, this is m bar bc, m bar a to b, and what is the value of m bar ba? Again 6 ei delta upon l square. But see, in bc part there is no lateral moment, so m bar bc, and m bar cb is equal to 0. So what is the ratio here? -1 is to -1 is to 0 is to 0. So any value you can assume. Suppose I am assuming -8 is to 0 is to 0. I am assuming this, and now what we have to do? We have to distribute this assumed moment in our distribution table. See, again I am drawing a distribution table here. This is A, this is B, this is C. Here it was half and half. You must have remembered distribution factor at point at joint B. So I have assumed this as -8. Okay, this is also -8. This is 0. This is 0. So what is the net unbalanced moment at point B? It's -8. So we need -8 is unbalanced moment. So we need to add +8 to make this the moment here is 0. So 8 will be distributed 4 here and 4 here, and this will be carry forwarded 2 here and 2 here. So what will be the moment? This will be -6. This will be -4. This will be 4, and this will be 2. See, net moment at point B is 0. But remember, this moment is not due to this 6.75 sway force, because we have assumed -8 -8 0 0. Some can assume -16 -16 0 0. Some can assume -4 -4 0 0. So depending upon these assumptions, this value will be different. So we need to find due to which sway force this moment has developed. Okay, to find this moment, again we are doing the again we are taking the equilibrium conditions. Okay, suppose I am taking the equilibrium condition. I am taking the free body. Okay, so what was the value here? It was -6. So anti-clockwise -6. What was the value here? Here it was -4. So here also anti-clockwise -4. Okay, and in this case there is no loading here, so we will not put any load here. We can put a sway force here as dash, and this force we need to find. Okay, again taking moment about this is A, this is point B. Taking moment about point B, this point B, summation of all the moment about point B, we can make it 0. So what will be the value? See, -6, this is -6, and -6 -4, and suppose force HA here, what will become? This also negative, minus HA into the length is 4 meter, 4. Okay, is equal to 0. So what is HA? HA equal to 4HA, 4HA equal to -10, HA equal to -2.5. HA has become -2.5. So what we can do? Sigma fx is equal to 0. This will give s dash minus 2.5 equal to 0. So your s dash is equal to 2.5. So you have got your 2.5. So you have got the value of s dash. So what will be the value of non-sway moment? This will become, see, due to this s dash sway force, you have got the moment -6 -4 -4 plus 2. Okay, you have got this value at the end of distribution table. So due to single force, this will become this value upon s dash, and due to s force this will become this value upon s dash into s. So what we have to do, we have to find the factor s upon s dash, and we need to multiply this factor in this all value. Okay, so remember, what about our s? S was 6.25, and what is s dash? It is 2.5. So you got the ratio. This will become, I think this will become 2.5 only. 2.5. So you need to multiply this 2.5 in all these value. So you will get your non-sway moment. So non-sway moment will be this value multiplied by 2.5. Okay. So just calculate the value. S upon s dash is equal to 2.5. So this value will become, this is what is this is m bar ab, this is m bar ba, this is m bar bc, m bar bc, and this is m bar cb, not m bar. we, this is not friction moment, this is n moment only. So value becomes multiplied by 2.5, this will become 15 minus 15, this will become minus 10, this will become minus 10, this will become again sorry, this is plus 10, and this is 5. So this is your non, this is your sway moment, this is your sway moment. And what was the value of non sway moment? Previously we have got non sway moment in our first case. It was minus 1, 10, 10, and minus 1, 10, 10, and 19. You must have remember. So what is the net moment? This is minus 16, this is 0, this is 20, and this is 24. So these are your final moment for MAB, MBA, MBC, and MCB. Okay, so we have got the value MAB minus 16, MBA 0, MBC 0, and MCB is equal to 24. So just apply this moment in your structure and do the further calculation. This here it was 8, this is 2 meter, this is 2 meter, this is 4 meter, and this is 12 kilonewton meter, this is kilonewton. So n moment we have got is minus 16 at A, MAB is minus 16. So apply anti-clockwise here, this is plus 24, so apply plus 24 here, 24, this is 16. See, I am putting the I am showing the direction of anti-clockwise, that's why I am not writing minus 16. I have considered minus in the direction. So this is your net value of moment, and this is phase moment. So here there will be a vertical reaction and there will be a horizontal reaction. So you know the value of moment. By applying again equilibrium condition, you can find the value of HA and RA. If you will take sigma m b equal to 0, this part you will get b equal to 0. So this moment of RA will be cancel out, so you will get HA. So just see what will the value of HA, what will become this HA into 4 anti-clockwise. So HA into 4 negative minus this 16 negative, and this will also produce anti-clockwise moment. So minus 8 into 2 is equal to 0. So HA will be 16 plus 16, 32 upon 4. So it will become 8. It will become 8 minus HA will become 8 kilonewton. So HA is equal to minus 8 kilonewton. So the direction of HA will be this side 8 kilonewton. Okay, so you have got the value of HA also. So we have got the value of HA here. It is -8. HA is -8. So we have put the direction opposite. If you want to check whether the value of HA is correct or not, just again you can take sigma fx equal to 0. So this is the value of HA -8, and this is your applied loading +8. Only these two forces are in direction of x. So just check positive 8, negative 8. This is 0. So your value of HA is correct. Similarly, you can find your value, the value of RA also, the value of RC also, and you can draw the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. You can also draw the deflector shape, which we already have discussed in previous lecture. Okay, thank you.